Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at, we'll have to look at Bitcoin first, but let's just admire the ICP move. I was talking about ICP the other day and how about, you know, if we clear this area with the Chiku span, then we'll get another big push up. That was created 1, 2, 3 candles away. So as soon as this candle closed here, that signal kicked in. And this is, again, you know, it doesn't always happen, but it happens most of the time. The Ichimoku cloud is a real powerful signal. So we got that big drive up, and I think that's where it's going to end in the short term. But on the 12-hourly, and we don't normally look at 12-hourlies to be fair, but we have to really with ICP because it's not very old. You know, even with the 12-hourly, you've only got a 200 exponential, you know, arrived in August, so it's not very old chart at all. But yeah, this is the first time we've touched it since it appeared on the chart, so it looks like it's creating a turning point here. But again, I think that is the area of rejection from now. But it's by no means for me a sell order or anything like that. The sell orders for me are going to start. I believe I'll have to double check, but around the 1500 zone, you know, to front run these targets here. That's the first sell order, and so on and so on. Some douchebag. I don't know what's going on with people on my videos sometimes, but it's almost like I think he was confused that I was talking hundreds and thousands of dollars. No, I'm not an ICP moon boy. Let's just get this straight. I'm talking sats. I trade sats a lot of the time, especially now more than ever, where you know, since May, for instance, you know, there is a lot of opportunity to do quick scalpy trades, and you know, 50% here, double it there, and all you're doing is banging one Bitcoin in for one thing, and you get 1.5. You know, in the end, you know, trading sats is it's basically my preference. And it depends on the chart and how relevant sats are compared to tether. But sometimes, especially with something like this, you know, this isn't trading at zero, is it? That's 453 bitcoins have been traded in the last 24-hour period. So that makes this chart quite relevant, and one of the main reasons that I wanted to trade this one with Bitcoin, which is why I talk about sats all the time. So just for those who are, I don't know, mentally challenged, or maybe need to turn their hearing aids up, or just don't understand what I'm talking about, when I'm talking hundreds and thousands, these are sats. They're satoshis. They're not dollars. They're sats. So screw your head back on. Yeah, tune into Sanity FM. And let's get back into it. So if we have a look at the daily now, so we're going to have to go to the log scale for this. And I don't normally like doing a log scale, but when you got a chart which is so horrendously demolished with some super, is it a scam wick? Well, it's not a healthy looking wick. The chart is unreadable, really, when you have it on without log scale. And if we put the log scale in, you can see that there has been a consolidation trend line from this zone here. So more or less tagged, broken. So we've broken that consolidation. We'll just come back out of the log scale because I really don't like it. The consolidation trend line has been broken to a large extent on its Bitcoin pairing, and now look what we've got brewing. So just like on the 4-hour, on the 12-hour that we saw, there's a small portion, ever so small portion, starting to go green over here. We've got a cross already. Price actions above the cloud. All we need is this Chiku span to close a daily above the cloud, and for that it needs to be at this moment between now and, well, how many periods is this behind here? So this is 14. So in the next couple of weeks, we need to really push above 900 sats. Sats, by the way, 900 sats. So 900 sat closure on a daily candle body. But I suppose over the next 10 days or so, that this cloud will dissipate to a much larger extent, to the point where the Chiku span can just basically break out at this current level or even lower, and that will be another signal for another big push. The way that it's looking now, you know, we are looking pretty healthy, pretty happy, but we are relatively overextended. You know, we've got 84 on the money flow index read. The RSI is basically, you know, trying to break over into the into the MACD over here. The MACD though is not looking too overextended at all. In fact, this can just carry on. So I'd be looking for a pullback on this one, obviously, and then continuation, you know, just based on that. 3-day, right, well, it looks like we're going to have to get the log scale on the 3-day, aren't we? So let's have a look at this on the 3-day. So the main thing I was looking to focus on was the MACD, which has basically been accumulating this entire time. Now it's creeping up closer, but still quite far away from the from the 0 point, the majority of the histogram has remained green. So this does appear like one giant accumulation. So maybe over this year, maybe we would be looking for hundreds of dollars there for each ICP. But for the moment, it's still very early days, and technically, I suppose, still within a much larger accumulation range, which could be seen as this entire range. Let me just get a little box for you. I won't leave it here, but this, I suppose, could be the entire accumulation range. Come on, you. Where's that box gone? What the? This could be the entire accumulation range, basically, where the white line is and where the top of the box begins, which is a very large range. Obviously, this is but I suppose you get large ranges in things that look that have consolidated to a much larger extent. So if this ends up being one huge accumulation range, 170% range, then yeah, maybe we can talk about hundreds of dollars per ICP and a full-on rally take place with this. But let's be realistic. At the moment, we're pushing the top of the 3-day Bollinger Band here. We're overextended generally on the RSI. The money flow index also is creeping up quite high for a Bitcoin pair. You don't normally see. It's very uncommon, should I say, for the money flow index to reach outside into the extended zone. So I know with Tether we often look for areas like 92 to 95 for overextension and looking to get out of trades and things. But I think for Bitcoin, again, this is just a daily, so I'm not looking for a massive full retrace. Although I am looking for probably a decent consolidation after such a decent move. I think we've reached our peak for the moment. But very, very nice move so far from ICP, and thankfully it's brought me outside of so I'm technically in profit when it comes to talking profit versus sats. I'm actually in profit now, so it's working out so far so good. We're back in the green. So I bought this around between 650 and 700 sats to start with, and then I've basically been accumulating all the way down because the bullish divergence that we saw on the daily, on the 3-day, and on the weekly still very much in play, so it would be rude not to keep topping it up. But again, we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Consolidation is definitely due for now. And let's have a quick look at Bitcoin as well. So Bitcoin is still below all major moving averages, which is fine. This does offer a further downside, but we do have the bullish divergence still ever so slightly on the RSI. So we were talking about the next move down, which could have been this one here. It could be this one. It could be the one that pulls us up to 49,000 to maybe 50,000 tops, perhaps, potentially. This is the 12-hourly, so we get on the daily, we can see where the 200 exponential is basically around the top of there. So we're talking about roughly around a $49,000 bounce, right? And then see where that bounce takes us from there. But still, overall, the rest of the chart generally looks a little top-heavy still. But we do have a small green tick on the histogram. We do have bullish divergence across the board, 12-hourly, 4-hourly, daily. Still looking good. The only problem is we're below all major moving averages, and the Ichimoku cloud has also got a short signal. It's a contrived one, though, I should say. So we were, technically this was not an actual short signal. This is the end of a trend that began over here. We got a positive cross, which doesn't mean anything, and followed by a negative cross, which you could argue basically is irrelevant at this stage. It's not really a signal worth playing, but textbook would say that technically that is a short signal that began on this candle body, which was below the main area of support. So there is definitely a possibility of further downside with Bitcoin. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, we've got signals on one hand which suggest a bounce at least, to potentially at best the 49,000, right, top of the accumulation zone, and this 200 exponential, but everything else generally looks relatively tired and quite heavy. So I think the opportunities remain in alts, to be honest with you, and any pullback, no matter how large it is with Bitcoin, should be an opportunity for altcoins to be picked up in the short term, and then we can reassess the situation as we go forward. Alts do look like they want to continue with these rallies. And no alt is created equal, so I'm not talking across the board. You'll have probably noticed the small caps on places like Kucoin and Gate.io and all the small caps. They're not really catching a break, but it's the ones with the good setups and the good charts that are being traded. Like ICP, had signals. The signal it worked out, and now we're looking for the next push up with the next signal, which again is unlikely to take place for at least another couple of weeks. Right, we'll leave it with you there, but thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day and take it easy.